Good morning, students. Today we'll start section 3, symmetric kernels. Till yet you studied separable kernels, and now the section 3 consists of symmetric kernels. So we discuss some basic concepts related to the chapter. So first definition is, what is inner product of two functions? So let us take two complex square integrable functions, the function phi and the function chi. These are the functions of a real variable t. Then the inner product of the function phi and chi is defined by the integral of the product of the function phi with complex conjugate of the function chi. Here asterisk denotes the complex conjugate. Next is the definition. What is normalized function? A function is said to be normalized if its norm is 1. By definition, norm is given by the square root of inner product of the function with itself. So it means if the function is normalized, integral of the function with its complex conjugate square root, that will be 1. So this is a condition for the normalized function. Next is the definition. What are orthogonal functions? If we have two functions phi and chi, we say that the functions are orthogonal if their inner product is 0. Next is, what is symmetric kernel? A kernel K, which is the function of SNT, is said to be symmetric kernel if KST is equal to K star TS. Here the asterisk denotes the complex conjugate, and in case of real kernels, the condition of symmetry reduces to the equality KST is equal to KTS. So if the kernel is real, in that case its complex conjugate will be same as itself. So the condition of symmetry reduces to this form. Next is, what are square integrable functions? If we have a function phi which is defined in some open interval AB, then the function phi is said to be square integrable if the integral of the square of mod of the function, that is finite. Then we say that the function is square integrable, and the symbol for square integrable functions is L2. Next is the definition. What is inner product space? Inner product space is a linear space with defined a function on it which we say inner product, and we denote the inner product of the two elements taken from the space as inner product of x with y. This is a complex number and satisfies the following properties. First property is inner product is non-negative. Inner product of an element with itself, that is non-negative. If the element is positive, inner product will be greater than 0, and if element is 0, this inner product will be 0. Second is conjugate symmetry, means inner product of y with x is equal to the conjugate of inner product of x with y. Third property is linearity, means if we take two scalars alpha and beta, complex scalars, and two elements x1 and y from the space, then inner product of alpha x1 plus beta x2 with y is equal to alpha into inner product of x1 with y plus beta into inner product of x2 with y. Here x1, x2 and y, these are the elements from the vector space which we have taken linear space. Next definition is, what is Hilbert space? An inner product space which is complete, that is called Hilbert space. Next definition is, what is Fredholm operator? We use the symbol K for the Fredholm operator. The operator defined by K phi is equal to integral KST phi t dt. This operator is called Fredholm operator, and the operator adjoined to this Fredholm operator is denoted by K star. So K star operated on the function psi. This is defined as the integral K star Ts psi t dt. Next is a property based on Fredholm operator. Inner product of K phi with the function psi is equal to inner product of phi with K star psi. Here K star is the operator which is adjoint to the Fredholm operator K. Let us prove this property. Now by definition, inner product of K phi with psi is equal to integral K phi as it is into the conjugate of the function psi. Now by definition, K phi means integral Kst phi t dt. Now interchanging s and t in this expression, we get integral psi conjugate t into integral Kts psi s ts dt. Now this can further be written in the form integral phi s into the conjugate of integral psi t K star Ts dt into ds. Now by definition, this is the inner product of the function phi with K star psi. So this was the property of Fredholm operator. If the kernel is symmetric kernel, in that case we have K star is equal to K. So the above property reduces to the form inner product of K phi with psi is equal to inner product of phi with K psi. Next is definition. What is orthogonal system of functions? If we have any finite or infinite sequence phi k of the functions, we say that the sequence is forming an orthogonal system if the inner product of every two different members of the sequence that is 0. Means inner product of phi I with phi j is 0 for every I which is not equal to j. Next is definition. Orthonormal system of functions. Suppose we have any finite or infinite sequence of functions which we have denoted by the symbol phi k. Then we say that this sequence is orthonormal if the inner product of every two different members of the sequence is 0. It means if I is not equal to j, inner product of phi I with phi j is 0. And if I and j are same, then inner product of phi I with phi j is 1. It means I and j are same, it means inner product of phi I with phi I will be 1. It means phi I norm square, that will be 1. It means we can say that the norm of phi I, that is 1. And we know that such kind of function is called normalized function. Thus we can say that a system of functions is orthonormal system if the inner product of every two different members, that is 0, and each function of the sequence, that is normalized function. So these were some basic definitions related to the chapter symmetric kernels.